Hello to all traders and welcome back to another market review brought to you by Orbex. The big news was that the Fed decided to hold on its rate hike, but most importantly, did not give any signal on any rate cuts even for this current meeting and the next one. So we're probably most likely looking at the next half of the year before we see any signals that the Fed is going to start lowering the 23-year high inflation, interest rate that it is on. But inflation is ticking up the last time around up to 3.7% now year on year. So it is slightly moving away from the 3% and most importantly the 2% target that it had in mind as well by the end of this year. So where do we go next? The markets didn't really react too much because it was pretty much priced in that the Fed were not going to make any changes in yesterday's meeting. So where do we go to in March, where the next meeting will be, and most importantly, where does the dollar go as well? So just wanted to have a quick look at a couple of major pairs. Euro dollar first of all today, and on the daily chart just seeing now more of a bearish downturn from the spike just above the 111 handle from a few sessions ago. So if we're just looking from the beginning of the year, which is roughly about here where we started to see the decline, we've seen roughly just over 200 pips drop off the pair, and it looks likely now that this bearish divergence that we saw on the RSI just before the new year has started to come into play. So basically what we're expecting and looking like now is pretty much a V-shaped recovery back down to the lower ending of the 105 area, and if we do get this mark, then we could expect more of a bounce, but this is in the long term. If we're looking in the medium term, if we look on the 4-hour chart especially, we're just pretty much looking to break out of this bearish channel at the moment. It is looking very, very ominous that we will see another downturn in the next few trading sessions, and we could actually see more of this opportunistic sell-off as we go into the second month of the year. Obviously it's February the 1st today, so we're just waiting to see where we're going to next. Obviously earnings season has really been picking up quite nicely, so this is why we're probably seeing more strength on the dollar, and obviously the NFP numbers tomorrow are expected to be quite buoyant as well. So this is something we're just looking out for in the whole picture of everything. If we just have a quick look on the dollar yen as well, I've had a few traders asking me about the dollar yen, where the next signal and progression will be. Well, a little bit opposite from the euro dollar. We're just seeing now price action making this V-shaped recovery to the upside, having a small correction here though, meaning that the yen is just on the front foot over the dollar at the moment. However, we could be seeing more of a turnaround in fortunes for the dollar because, as I said, we're having very good numbers on the indexes, on the earnings season, and on the job numbers as well. Fed obviously have come so far trying to maintain this inflation back down to 2%. Don't forget this time last year it was at 9.1%. Sorry, in 2022, 9.1%, 40-year high. Now we're going back down to 3%. So the Fed isn't going to do anything too rational before it starts lowering and cutting its rate. So this is just something just to keep an eye out for in the next couple of months before we see another signal from the Fed. So looking on the 4-hour chart, just briefly, just want to remove these drawings. It's a bit easy to see. Just concentrating on this slight bearish channel that's been evolving in the last couple of sessions, for the last couple of weeks, sorry. And now we're just seeing more of a slide to the downside. So we're just keeping an eye out for more of the same, possibly another touch towards the mid 147 area before starting to move back down to 146. So we're expecting more of a choppy bounce to the downside at least. So just keep an eye out for that, and obviously more of the same because we will be obviously bringing you the NFP live seminar, which will be on Friday, and obviously good job numbers there, well, most probably, so we can see more of a progression on the dollar. So join us for that. So until then, take care, have a great trend day ahead, and bye for now.